video. So none of y'all was gonna tell me that Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner walked out the Oscars for an hour because the jokes were flying too heavy his way. Like, I thought we were friends. Like, I thought we were friends like that you guys would tell me these things. But anywho, I'm not gonna hold this one against y'all. But if y'all do this again, like hell, I'm gonna hold it against you. No, let's talk about it, because according to Geo News, what they're saying is that Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner walked out the Oscars for an hour as the jokes kept coming. They're saying that the Actors' Night at the Oscars 2026 went from remarkable to uncomfortable in the space of a few hours, and at one point he apparently needed to take a break, so much so that he stepped out and seat fillers had to take their seat for an hour. Have you guys ever played the role of a seat filler? It is one of the best jobs out there, honey. All you have to do is this. You just have to have a perfect or 3 perfect dress in your closet, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 perfect shoe. Have a go-to steady makeup look that you can do for yourself so that when you get called, you know, you're ready and you don't have to pull anything out. And have a nice soft fragrance, something designer but soft, and just have that go-to look where you look like, you know, you're a celebrity, but you're not a celebrity. The seat filler job, it's one of the best jobs that you can get. It's not steady, it's occasional, but when you get those little jobs, especially if, like, you know, the seasonal events, when the events are coming up, and let's say, for example, it is the summer, and like, let's say they have 2 weeks worth of events, and for the 2 weeks that they're having events, you may work 4 days or 6 days. Honey, you can wear the same dress 2 days back to back, 2 different venues, same shoe, no one cares. They don't care. And you have your team of seat filler girls and guys with you. It's one of the best job ever, because you can work 4 days. You can work 4 days as a seat filler, honey, and that will be 2 months' salary, depending on the company or organization. Like, seat filler jobs, love it. I used to do it when I was a lot younger, and when I was a lot more flexible, and when I was into the crazy night lifestyle. I used to love it, but no. And I was also in a different area where those jobs were available, like the seasonal parties, the seasonal events, the seasonal show. It's one of the best jobs ever. And sometimes you do little errands for the celebrities, you know. Someone may feel sick and they may need to get a cup of tea, and you're going to sneak somewhere and get them that cup of tea. They may need painkillers, and you may have that extra painkiller, and you may give it to them, and they may squeeze you like $100 or $200. It's one of the best freaking jobs out there, I tell you. But anywho, let's get into this, because Kylie and Timothée Chalamet, the jokes were flying, and it is said that Timothée Chalamet was not happy about it, so much so that he took an hour break until they started handing out the awards for his category. Now, they're saying that he had enough of the jokes being the butt of jokes. They only came back just before the Best Actress and Best Actor category was announced. It's hard to blame him for needing some here. They even had turned into something of a sustained roast at Chalamet's expense. You know, it is because of that comment that he made about the ballet and opera fraternity. He's like, you know, no one is really interested in those fraternities anymore. It's a form of dying art. But you know what? I've been looking into a lot of things, and I've checked Timothée Chalamet's family history. Timothée Chalamet is coming from a family of artists. Like, they're known to be in the art world. So as such, I don't think his comment was meant to be disrespectful, but naturally, with humans, like, our different personalities, and we see things from different lens, and we feel things differently, and we absorb things differently, naturally people are going to see it as a form of disrespect. But I don't think that he meant anything disrespectful. Another thing that I'm seeing is that one of the other popular comments that I'm seeing is that it was like a trap. Like he was promoting himself for actors, for the best actor award, right? And he was doing many interviews. And as such, they're basically saying that he had to throw something out there to make himself memorable. And hence why he did that. But I don't think so, because I think that Timothée Chalamet is not a bad guy. I don't think he's a mean person, but I think what happens to any good, decent human being, this is how the world is, right? You could be a good person and you will try to walk the straight and narrow path every single day of your life. But sometimes you're thrown into the middle of a discussion, right? And sometimes you're so relaxed in the discussion and you just say something and it hits differently from how you meant for it to be received. People will receive it differently, and because we're cultured differently and we interpret things differently and we analyze things differently, I think that is what happened. I think that because it's a season of excellence per se of the art form, people were looking at him like, you're an actor, like how dare you disrespect someone else's line of work. But at first I was saying yes, he was disrespectful, but then looking at Timothée Chalamet's history, he's always known to be well-mannered, calculated, sweet, and he has this fun, quirky side of him. He's known to get along with everyone. So I really don't think it was meant to be an offense. And knowing that his family are a family from the art form, I think it's just that his comments, it was just bad timing. And it was just taken the wrong way as well. But they're saying that because a lot of the, because he made that comment during a February town hall in which he said that he had no desire to work in the art forms, where the pitch was essentially keeping something alive that nobody cares about anymore. It's kind of half true, even though ballet and opera is for the creme de la creme, the elitist. It's like an elitist art form, right? So he followed it, according to them, with the AC. All respect to the ballet and opera people out there, but the damage was done, and that's true. And then host Conan O'Brien got things started early, joking at security was tight due to concerns about attacks from the ballet and opera community. And he circled back later in the evening, catching Chalamet's eye from the stage, where vibing right, he said, then turned to the audience and added, he doesn't think so. So he was like, vibe is right, eh? But he's like, Timothée Chalamet doesn't think so. And they're saying the ceremony didn't ease up there. Alexander Singh collecting the Best Live Action Short Film Award for two people, exchanging saliva, used his speech to make his own pointed contribution. So basically what they're saying is that segment of the award show, it was just people throwing punches at Timothée Chalamet for his comments that he made about the ballet and opera art form, and because he said he has no interest because it's kind of a dying art form, and people are just throwing punches at him, and he was like, you know what, I can choose to sit here and take this, or I can leave the room for a bit and come back. And he left the room, which I think was the right thing for him to do. Leave the room, leave that energy there, and he came back just about when they were about to announce the Best Actor and Actress Award, because they have the program lineup, and he was following the program. And normally you can go to another So they have other venues where they could sit and follow the program, and then when it gets to the actors, like best actor, best actress, that's when he re-entered the room, because they're saying that the jokes that they were throwing at him, it was just too much. And it's true. I don't like that about the industry anymore. It's as though originality and creativity is dying. Nicki Minaj says something, or Nicki Minaj supports Trump, and then you'll have a award ceremony, and then everyone comes like mosquitoes just attacking Nicki. Like, where's the originality? Like, what about the other things that happened in the industry? What about pulling jokes from some of the movies, that are being nominated? Some of the movies that were nominated. What about highlights from some of the best moments in the movies? So the hosts of these shows, it's as though, they were known to be funny in the past, but it seems as though everyone is just so awakened at this point that we're seeing things for what they are. And these people and the industry, it's just becoming boring and redundant, to be very honest. The jokes that they're having at these award ceremony, definitely not given. When I saw Nikki Glaser the other day, she was hella funny. The others, they could have stayed home. The award academy wasted their money on those people. So honestly, in this case, I really don't blame Timothée Chalamet and Kylie for walking out the room and just taking a break from all of that. Because for you to just be throwing, blows at one person because he said something that many people don't agree with, no. Can you imagine being in a room filled with people, and then every 5 minutes it's just you? That was too much. He did the right thing. I think he did the best thing. Get up, leave that energy, pick on someone else, pick on yourself or something. Not because he said something that was displeasing to a lot of people. It doesn't mean that you should be bombarding him consistently and he should be like the centerpiece of the award show. He should be used in that moment as a comic relief. That's your only piece of comic relief tool for the show. Absolutely disgusting. And I don't blame him, not one bit. No one should be treated like that. We're not perfect, but no one should be treated like that. And I don't blame him. And what he said, yes, I understand that it ruffles a few feathers and it can be deemed as disrespectful, but he's not known to be a disrespectful kind of person. And as such, I think they need to give him a little grace for that. But that's just my personal input into Timothée Chalamet's joke about the ballet and opera being a dying art and them using it, Conan O'Brien using it and using him as a comic relief for the Oscars. Definitely distasteful in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think, and we're going to talk some more in the comment section. Peace.